Hello Internet, so nice to see you. Today I want to talk about third inversion chord, which is a very complex name for something super simple, and I just use a couple of them in what I was playing. And those chords are relatively unknown. I mean, some people of course know them. If you went through a course of music theory, basic harmony, you probably know them, but most people don't because they never went through this course. Okay, and it's kind of an hidden gem of music theory. So let's learn those third inversion chord. On principle, they are super simple. They are just seventh chords, okay? It could be dominant 7, major 7, minor 7th, okay? Or even minor 7 flat 5, but any kind of seventh chord. And what the third inversion means that we take the notes, that is the seventh of the chord, and we put them at the bass. So we play the seventh as the lowest note of the chord. Okay, so very simply it works this way. If I'm in the key of C, okay, I could take as a first example, I could take a G7. Okay, a G7 will have notes G, B, D, and F, and I'm playing them in a slightly different order here because it's easier to play on the guitar. Because if I have to play G, B, D, and F in order, it's kind of a stretchy one, but you can play them either way. G is the root, B is the third, D is the fifth, the F is the seventh. If we take the seventh and we play it at the bass, of course I need to find a way to play it at the bass, okay, but one way is this. It's just very simple, 1 and then 0, 0, 0 on string 2, 3, and 5, so just that's one way, but I could also play it this way. See, the top three notes are the G major chord, the G, B, and D, but the bottom note is the seventh, which is the F. Okay, that's a third inversion chord. Super simple. If I was doing this with another chord, and again, let's stay in the key of C. If I was doing this with the D minor 7, okay, D minor is D, F, and A, and the seventh is the C. Okay, of course I can play them in different way. If I put the C, which is the seventh, at the bass, like playing something like that, so C, F, A, D, okay? So F, A, D, or D, A, N, D, F, A is my D minor, C is the bass, which is the seventh of D minor 7. So as long as I put the seventh in the bass, I get a third inversion chord. Simple as that. Now, how do those chords resolve? Meaning, how do they move? Okay? In general, they always come from the same situation and they always go to the same situation. So let's grab the whiteboard, okay? And see exactly what is happening here. Okay? Practically, what happens is this. Okay, let me grab the other kind of whiteboard there. So let's say, okay, we have a third inversion chord. We take the G7, the third inversion chord is essentially G with a bass of F. So, top three notes are the notes of G, bottom note is the F. There are always the same two chords coming up before this, and there are always the same three chords coming after this. Okay, so those are your options. Okay, before G over F, I can play a G. Okay, meaning the same chord as the top, okay, so that's a G with a bass of F. I'm playing the G just before. I could play a G7 too. Point is, in this case, it's in root position. Okay, so either you play G in root position just before that, or you play the chord built on the bass here. So you play F. Okay. Why would you do that? Because this kind of ensures a smooth introduction for this chord. So if I'm in a chord progression and I play, I don't know, C, then G, oops, that was a big mistake. I'm playing C, and then G, okay, and then I'm playing G over F, okay, and then I continue. You see that since I already have a G, I'm changing only the bass note, and so even if this chord is mildly dissonant, it doesn't sound super surprising or out of place. So essentially I'm introducing the top part of the chord, the G major, in here. Or I can come from F. So I can play C major, F major, say, again, I'm in the key of C, and then G over F. That works because the bass is the same. So in F, the bass is F. On G over F, the bass is still F. Okay? So essentially, I am either introducing the top part, so the G chord, or the bass, the F, before I play this chord. Do I have to do this? No, as usual in music, you can do whatever you want, okay? But that's a good way to introduce this chord and make it sound very, very natural, okay? Where does this chord go? Well, what's going to happen here is that the bass, it's always going to move down by step. Okay, so if F is here, the three chords here will always have a bass of E, all the time, okay? And so you could have three chords here. You could have the chord in the key of C, where the E is the root, which is E minor. Or you can have the chord in the key of C, where E is the third, and which is C, and again I'm going to put the E at the bass. And I can have the chord in the key of C, where E is the fifth, so which is A minor, and again I'm going to put the bass of E. So again, let me recap why this happens, because the bass in this chord feels a strong push downward, okay? So for most people, when they hear this chord, they feel that this F note has to go down a step in the scale. One step below F, you have E. And so here you can play any chord as long as any chord that contains an E, any triad that contains an E, as long as you put this E in the bass. So for instance, I can have again G with a bass of F and then E minor, and it works. Or G with a bass of F and then C with a bass of E, or G with a bass of F and then A minor, which I will actually play it in a slightly different way like this. Okay, with this one being typically the most foreign, okay, and this one the most natural, and this one a bit surprising, but not too much. Okay, that's the idea. If I change the chord here, if I put another chord, another third inversion chord here, I'll have to do the whole thing again. So let me do this for now. Well, let me actually play a couple of chord progression contains all these. So I could play C, then G, so now I'm here, G over F, okay, and then E minor. See how it flows perfectly well. So I just did G, G over F, E minor. Or I can do the same, C, then G, G over F, C with a bass of E. Actually better this way. Oops. Okay. Or C just to start, G major, G over F, and then I have this E minor with a bass of E. I could put an E minor 7th with a bass of E. Okay, and it would probably work a little bit better. So C, G, G over F, A minor 7 with a bass of E, and then I can keep going wherever I want. Or I can come from F, so C, then F, G over F, maybe E minor, flows, okay, or C to start, F, G over F, C over E, or again C to start, F, G over F, A minor, I'm gonna put A minor 7th with a bass of E. Okay, so those are the possibility if you use this chord here. But any chord in the key can be written in third inversion. So let me take another one. Okay, what if I take D minor? Meaning D minor 7th. The 7th of D minor is C, so D minor with a bass of C will be our third inversion chord. Yay, simple as that, okay? And again, it can come from two places. The chord without the inversion, the chord in root position, so simply D minor, or the chord with the chord built on the bass, so C. And it can go in three places. So to see in what three places it can go, you take the C note, go down one step in the scale, in C major, and you find the B note. And then you write the chords that contain, the triads that contain B. Okay, you will have the B diminished triad, which is usually played instead B minor 7th, flat 5, okay, if you want to play it that way. The diminished triad will always sound a bit meh, okay, in general, but it could work. Then we have the chord where B is the third. If you think about it, in the key of C major, if B is the third, the chord is G major, so with a bass of B. That would be my preferred choice most of the time, by the way. Or you can find the chord where B is the fifth, which is E minor with a bass of B. And again, we could consider playing an E minor 7th. Okay, so how do I play all that? Well, very simple. Let's say I'm starting from C, and I'm getting into D minor with a bass of C. Okay, see what notes I'm playing here. D, F, A, C, F, A, D. I don't know why there's an extra A appearing in the transcription system. Now, if you're a guitar player, you may want to see me a bit closer. So let me change it this way. Okay, so C major is just this. Pretty simple, okay. D with a bass of C, it's 3, 3, 2, 3 on the 4th central string of the guitar, okay? Super easy. And then again, I could go into B minor 7 flat 5. And why not? And then maybe later I can go to A minor 7. Okay, or something else. Or I can go C major, D minor over C, G over B. Great choice. Just sounds good. And then maybe something else, C. Okay. Or from C, D minor over C, and then E minor 7th over B. Okay, and then maybe A minor, I don't know. Okay, point is, that's how the third inversion chord works most of the time, okay? Now, of course, in music, the sky's the limit, and the rules don't really apply all the time. Those are just suggestions to make the thing work, okay, when you start learning, okay? Or whenever you have situations where you want to use this chord, okay, you want to put this dissonance in your chord progressions, but, okay, it doesn't flow well, etc. So in this case, look at that, because this is just a way to make it flow better, okay? It's kind of pointless, in my opinion, okay? And that's my opinion, and it seems that lots of people disagree with that, but it's pointless for me to look only at the chord, okay? Because music is movement, and so you want to see what typically comes before and what typically comes after. That's also how I teach in my courses, okay? It's good to know about the chord, good to know about the alteration, etc., but you have to see what comes before, what comes after, and how the whole things connect, okay? And that's how to use the third inversion chord. Again, take any 7th chord, put the 7th at the base. Now, this is one use, but there are more advanced uses, okay? For instance, you can use the third inversion chord to create key changes, okay? One example would be this. I'm just gonna play it, okay? It's really not, I could start with C, F, maybe D minor. Actually, let me play this other, let me play F this other way. Let me play D minor. And then here I'm gonna put D's, which is an E7 with a bass of D, and then I'm going to resolve to A with a bass of C sharp, so. And then from here I will do something like okay, like a 2-5-1 in the key of A major. So I just create a modulation from the key of C. Okay, play it this way. So I'm in the key of C. Okay, I could play the C, F, D minor, G7, C, and maybe the second time it's like an F, D minor, I have the bass of D, so I can put in this E7 with a bass of D, which is the 5th chord in the key of A major, and then from there I can play this inversion. Proving surprisingly difficult today to play this inversion, okay? My fingers are not feeling really good apparently. Okay, about that. Okay, so. And then second, 5th one, and I just modulated very smoothly and very simply from C major to A major. Okay, that's just one example, okay? And so the 3rd inversion chord can function in this way as a connection between 2 different keys. That's just the simplest example, just the shortest modulation. And also, I don't really like short modulations. I like to dwell a little bit into the modulation and just extract all the emotion and all the tension I can from there. So if you want to learn how to do that, okay, and we work also with 3rd inversion chords, of course, I have a new course. It's called Modulation Mastery, okay, it's here. And you can find the link down here right now. And in this course, I'm teaching you all the possible known way to change key. And yes, all the possible known way. I did extensive research before writing this course. There are so many ways to change a key that could be very short, very long, very dissonant, very consonant, very smooth, very angular, kind of lame or incredibly emotional, okay? And I'm showing you all those ways, and they apply in all different situations, okay? There are ways of creating key changes that don't even require chords. They require only single note riffs. So if you're playing rock or metal, yeah, this course will do it for you, okay? This course is appropriate for both guitar players and piano players. As you see, there is always the piano roll under, like I was doing right now, okay? And or even if you just compose music at your computer, okay, as long as you can play chords one way or another, this course will work for you, okay? But again, we go beyond just chords. And so we do the classical modulations, yes, we do the pop modulations, yes, and we go well beyond that, straight into film music and other more complex kinds of music, and see how they create key changes and how you can write those key changes with your instrument. So have a look at Modulation Mastery. This is Tommaso Zillia of musictheoryforguitar.com, and until next time, enjoy.